Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly.
Just kidding, guys. But you will notice I have a bunch of little small losers this morning, which add up down 291 on the morning. And I'm really quite disappointed on how I traded this morning. I am trying out a new strategy where I go, if it goes, where I'm actually trying to get 2 to 1 out of all my trades because there's actually the momentum is actually starting to pick up a little bit, and there is a little bit more follow through either on the upside or downside. Um, yeah, we'll walk through that today on today's market open recap. Hey guys, I just wanted to interrupt you guys real quick. I just realized that I didn't really quite explain myself as well, and it kind of made it sound like oh no, he's going back to setting up a new strategy or something. I'm not really setting up a new strategy. I'm actually going back to the way that I used to trade because I had to change when the market changed, if that makes any sense. So I used to be able to get 2 to 1 out of my trades a lot more often, and I had to go back to 1 to 1 and then to take in partials and then letting the rest ride stop loss break even. But I've noticed through recording my trades over the past several weeks that a lot of the trades that I take actually end up going 2 to 1. Like the ones I'm actually about to talk about, you'll notice that they'll go all the way through. So I'm actually going back to my old trading strategy. I'm going back to the 2 to 1 because the market's showing a little bit more strength and continuation. So yeah, back to the chlorophyll. Alright guys, so you'll notice here that the first trade I took this morning was on FitB. It was on the watch list I put out for you guys this morning on the Facebook room. FitB was gapping down. I shorted it right at 31.29. I took it on the 1-minute chart. So it was gapping down on some bad earnings. Oh, actually, hold on a second. This is... Oh, this thing will work. There we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so FitB was gapping down on some news, I believe. They're irrelevant. But anyway, so it was gapping down. We had a window all the way down to 30.69 or so. But the market has been relatively strong this morning since GE is pulling up the rest of the market. As you can see, we gapped up on the SPY and we're headed higher. So relatively, a lot of the times, I've noticed that whenever you're shorting something, at the first initial push, it'll go. Most likely it won't hit your target, or it won't really hit, it won't flush down like it usually does when the market's either going sideways or it's coming down with the rest of everything. So if the market's going up, your initial push will definitely, most of the times it will be good on the short side, but then it'll just kind of start going sideways. It'll cancel out with the market going up and then the stock needing to go down, so it'll just both level out. So when I took it this morning on, let's see, I took it here on the 1-minute chart, and initially it flushed down, pulled back up. I wanted to take it as the next candle to make a new low. So right here it flushed up and basically just double topped. I didn't short it there though. I wanted to actually put my stop over 31.50 as it flushed. It went up really quick and then came back down, which means it was getting rejected. So right here. So right there, I took my short 1,000 shares with my stop right here at 31.50. Let's see, I filled this candle here. As you can see, it came all the way down to 31. Now, I had 1,000 shares. I was up over $300, and I was thinking really hard on it where if it does come back and over 31, I should take the whole thing. That was basically 1.5 to 1.5 to 1, and 1.5 to 1 really is my target. But I was really trying to push for that 2 to 1. I was gonna let it pull back and then set my stop at break even, and then we had VWAP here at 31.20. So I was like, all right, I'll let it go, And I actually ended up getting kicked out of FitB right at 31.29 because I put my stop. Anything over 1-to-1, I put my stop at break even. So I actually ended up getting kicked out flat at 31.29. So I went from being up $300 and not taking profits to being completely flat to then me jumping back in and taking a small loss on it. So FitB, I ended up flat. Then I turned around and got right back in it as it started flushing down. So you'll notice here I got kicked out at, let's see here, covered at 44. So right here I got kicked. Then I went over to the 5-minute chart and I went and, let's see actually, hold on one second. So I got short again at 31.27 as it was coming back down right around here. And my initial push was to just kind of scalp it, and then I didn't want to let it come back up and over. So I went ahead and got short 1,000 shares, but I covered as it came back up and over. So right, let's see here, short at 9.44, came right back at 9.45. Oh, right here actually. So I got kicked out at 9.44. I turned around and went back in as it was flushing down, and I actually got kicked out right here in this very same candle. So then, let's see here, FitB, I took a total loss of $61 here. I think commissions are definitely going to get me today. There's a bunch of 1,000 share orders on here. Then I noticed, okay, well, what is it doing on the 5-minute chart? So let me just take it on the 5-minute chart. Let me slow down here. And what I did is I went ahead and took it short right here at the break of 31.20. So I took 600 shares with my stop at 31.50. So risking $200, 31.21 I got filled. And as it was coming back up and over to my entry, it went down to 31. It didn't stick and it didn't go below again. So I put my stop loss at break even. So I got kicked out. I took out, let's see here, I took out 300 and 300. So I took them out basically break even. So those are all my 3 trades on FitB. I mean, fortunate that I only took a $61 loss on it, but very unfortunate that was up, $300 on this, and I could have been done for the day. That could have been finished within, 10 minutes, and I would have been, walked away from the market, would have been happy. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Complete opposite. So I did end up getting a little bit greedy. I just have to take note of that anything over 1.5 and anything over 1.5 and between that and 2, I should definitely take the whole thing because it is more than what I'm risking. And at that point, I was up and over. It was over and it was under and over 31. There we go. The full 31. So as it broke, if it would have stuck underneath, then it would have been fine, and that would have given you a good signal to stay in it. But it broke down below it, and then it came back with volume. So if you'll notice, down, and it pulls back up green with over the whole number with relatively a lot of volume. So I should have gotten out over 31. That is my mistake. So I'll take the fault on that. I mean, there's really nothing or no one else you can blame for that. So I was just being greedy. Now, QD is another one that I'm actually really disappointed in. So this morning I took QD. It was gapping down on earnings. Where's this thing? So right here. Basically an opening range breakdown. So it flushed down and came back up. Flushed down again, came back up, hit the 1040 mark. Now I had a set stop on the 5-minute. So I went short right at 941. So right here in this candle, I got short. Let's see here. Yep. So right here I got short. Now it started going sideways. My stop was up here at 1062. So it never really got close to what my stop was going to be. It got to 1050 and it kept getting rejected at 1050. So if you'll notice here, right here, I'll show it to you guys what it looks like on the 1-minute chart, since that's really what I was paying attention to during the time. So right here, it just kind of kept going sideways. The market was pulling up strong. So it was consolidating sideways. The market was pulling up strong. And I was thinking, okay, I think it's going to kick me out because the market is so strong this morning. Now, what actually ended up happening is, let me click over here on QD. It actually flushed down. So I got in 500 shares at 1039. And it is now at, look at this, guys. So flagged out. It's straight at 981. It hit a low of 981. So all I needed was, 40 cents out of this thing, and I would have been fine. But I more than had that. I wasn't patient, and I didn't stick with it. So really bummed out how I traded this as well. Could have made $200 on this, but instead I decided to go ahead and get out of it. So didn't really quite end up working out. MU was the next trade. Since the market, I noticed the market was very strong in the morning. Right here. I took MU long right at 956, so right here in this area. Actually, hold on a second, that's the wrong day. So right around 956. If you'll notice, right here. So bottoming tail, it started coming back up, and anything over, let's see here, I believe it was anything over this little consolidation, I wanted to go ahead and get in with my stop at the low of day. So I got in long, 250 shares, right at 956. Well, let me zoom out here. 956. So I got in long here at this candle. Actually, my stop was at 55.50 or 55.49. So I went ahead and got long 250 shares. If you guys will notice, the market was very strong. So what it did is just basically rounding back out. I got in over VWAP and I got filled. It went straight up, then it came straight back down. So it did not hit my 1-to-1 yet. It was relatively close. I needed 40 cents out of it. So I got in at 55.92. I just needed a little bit more, and at least over 56.30. But it never got to my 1-to-1, so I never put my stop loss at break even. So as you can see, MU came back down. I actually ended up getting kicked out at 55.91. I ended up basically breaking even on this. As it came back down, it started flushing back, rapidly came back up, and I went ahead and covered my shares at 10.09, so probably somewhere around here. Yep, right here. And I got out for a $2 loss on that on MU. So MU right now, let's see where it's at. MU is going sideways. Yep, just straight going sideways. Market's headed higher. It has a good chance to make it up and over 56. Just really all depends. Let's see, next trade was on Baidu. I should really stop trading Baidu. I took a short on Baidu on Friday, and it did not do very well. So you'll notice Baidu is actually headed straight down. So when I saw Baidu, it was pretty overextended. It was sitting at a major moving average here, and I thought it was going to start coming back up. So you'll notice I got long Baidu right at 10.06. So right here in this area. Right at 10.06, I was wanting to get in over the 246 area, but I thought I was going to be a little sneaky and then have my stop down here at low day. But it actually ended up flushing back down and kicking me. So as you can see, it's flushing straight down, hitting a major moving average, and I thought it was just going to round back out and start heading back towards VWAP. But as you can see, Baidu is down to 240 now. So good thing I ended up getting out of it. But it's not a very good trade on that. I think it was kind of spare of the moment. I was very frustrated with MU, QD, and FitB. And I really should not have taken that trade. So I actually ended up losing 68.50 on that. Not a lot. It's a relatively small loss. but I really should not have ended up taking that trade. So covering FitB. Let's see here. Last trade I took was actually a long on QD as well. So I was thinking, okay, since the market's headed higher, this thing looks a little overextended to the downside, and $10 being a whole number where it should pop back up and over, you know, kind of level out again and then perhaps head a little bit lower, just like FitB did. So remember, FitB went down. Let's see, let me unlink. Remember, guys, that FitB actually ended up hitting the whole number and came straight back. And again, it did it here, hit 31 and ended up coming straight back. So I was thinking perhaps QD was going to do the same thing. And I was definitely wrong on that. So I took 1,000 shares. I wanted to get it at $10. $10 was where I wanted to get it, but right at that moment, this candle happened. Right at 1040. Let's see here. 1027. Oh, wait a second. Right here, actually. It was right here in this candle. Sorry. Right here. Yep, so this candle right here happened because I saw it consolidating and getting bought back up over right under the $10 mark. So right as it spiked up and over $10, unfortunately I got filled right at 10.039, which basically I was down 39 bucks immediately. And with 1,000 shares, I wanted to have low a day be my stop. And as you guys can see, it actually ended up kicking me out 5 minutes later. So that is it on my trades for the day. I'm basically at my max loss for the day, so I'm going to go ahead and be done. It's just I'm really disappointed on the way that I traded FitB and QD. As you can see now, FitB is actually headed down towards low a day. My target was going to be somewhere around 30.70 or something like that, somewhere around that. But if it came back up and over 31 at this point, I would probably get out. But yeah, just really disappointed on the way I traded those. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better. Now let me explain to you guys exactly what I'm going to be testing out this week. So it's going to be a 2-to-1 risk to reward since there's a little bit more continuation in the market. So now any trade that I'm going to get into, I'm going to try my best to shoot for 2-to-1 or 1.5-to-1 at least. And as soon as I hit 1-to-1, I'm going to put my stop loss at break even. So now you should be seeing relatively either smaller losses. So I want to take at least, if I'm going to take a loss, I want it to be smaller than my full risk, or perhaps you'll see some break-even trades. So now you should start also seeing that my winners should start being a little bit bigger. I'm just going to go ahead and test out that strategy for the rest of the week, and we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you guys have not joined us in our Facebook group, make sure to do that. The link is down in the description, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you have not joined us yet on their Facebook group, make sure to do that. The link will be down in the description below, where I post my watch list for you guys every single day. Lastly, if you guys are curious on how I learn how to trade, I provided you guys with a discount code in the description. It comes with one-on-one mentoring, classes, and buying power, so make sure to take advantage of that. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.